Hello, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming at ya. Arizona, Nancy Guthrie. What a horrible, horrible situation. Come on in, let's talk. We have a live audience today, as always, and we have a beautiful replay crew. I put a few treats in the replay lounge for all of you as just a thank you for joining in. You guys, would you pay it? I don't know. What a horrific position to be in. So one deadline has passed, which was 5 o'clock last night. Okay, now we have a second deadline, and that's Monday. Millions of dollars with no proof of life that Nancy's even still with us. And they've left the medicine behind that is critical to her well-being. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I just want to understand. So much information going on in this case. I'm going to come over and say hello to everybody in the live and hello to you at home as well. One moment. Sorry about that. Hello, cough. Y'all, I cleaned my glasses, but I feel like I missed a spot right there. Hold on. I think I got it. Hi, Barbara Bonnet. Hello, lovely. Hi, Jan Funk. Thank you for joining us today. My beautiful Nikki UK, Zozo, Carla. Hello, lovely. Jennifer Swain. Hello. Debbie Gazzardo. Hello. All my beautiful mods. Thank you for such an incredible job that you do every single day. I mean, you guys are so dedicated. Thank you. Sending our prayers out for Jennyville's dad and Jennyville, as well as Rach Not That Rach, and whoever else needs healing energy at this time. Know that you're loved, you're treasured, and we just want you to be well and come back and join us. Okay, so you guys, there's a $50,000 reward on top of this case. I can't even report on it anymore. It's going in so many ways. Like 1,000 things are, is this happening to you? Like 1,000 things are flicking through your head? Like, for instance, I heard Ashley Banfield and Brian Inton talking. It wasn't Ashley. It was Megan and Brian Inton talking. And Megan has brought out that according to everything she's learned and been told, that Nancy wasn't going to church physically, that she was attending church through Zoom meetings. So how did somebody know from the church to call and be like, Nancy didn't show up for church today? So if Megan heard it, you think, well, maybe that's just a rumor. Brian Inton talked to the church, and they said the same exact thing. All right? So there's a big deal. That has me going 100 miles an hour. Right there could be a big screw up. There's enough suspicion on Annie, the sister, already by the general public, and her husband by far. And now we're listening to Brian Inton say he talked directly to the church, and that since the pandemic, that Nancy hasn't attended church, that she's done Zoom meetings. So why would they have called and said, oh, she didn't show up for work? That's a big one. Nancy Ubered to the family's home earlier, but then they drive her back. That's weird. That's weird. And she enters through the garage, and then the garage shuts a few minutes later after she gets home. That's weird. I get how, they're bringing in the Ring camera and the feds and the children agency people that do all the technical stuff. I can't remember, ICAC or something. I get how they're getting in there so that they can help the family plead to the people that are holding Nancy. I get that. But that's also a way to get in the home without a search warrant. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Enton didn't see Nancy Guthrie's car. So is that true? Did Nancy Guthrie's car get impounded and put into evidence? That's also weird. But even what's more peculiar and has me absolutely staggering back on this case is the most important reason why you get an Apple Watch that is connected and set up to your pacemaker. Because that way your emergency contact can have it on their phone and be alerted if there's a problem on your end because you live alone and you're 84 years old. Closest family member is, again, Annie. So when this disconnection happens with the pacemaker to the smartwatch, why didn't Annie naturally, automatically get alarms going off like boom, boom, boom at 2 or 3 in the morning when all this is taking place? And did she get it? And did she miss it? Did she ignore it? What is going on there? Certainly, even if she slept through the alarm, 11:30, almost noon before she gets there. I heard 11:03 she got there. But that being said, we have an hour, 45 minutes or so before the cops are called, and there's blood all over the entryway. This isn't working for me, you guys. I've got red flags. I'm going to say it. I've got red flags all over the place. What about you guys? I'm coming up topside, see what you are thinking. Hey, Linda Kmoss. Between all the kids, should be able to give that money. Oh, yeah, they have the money. Would they give it? You said she quit since COVID and only online church, and I do it too. Annie is sketchy, and I've had Annie called her or her husband. It's just wild. And why would you even, if you are the sister and you're involved, big if, but let's say, why on earth would you even fake that somebody called you to alert you to go check on your mom? You could just say, I was going to my mom's just to check on her. You wouldn't even need to involve another person like a church or whatever. So why even something like that can be checked so easy? Is there some information that got told to the cops that they're letting other people believe, but they know is absolutely BS? I'm putting my lotion on. I love my lotion, you guys. And I'm self-sponsoring. Best lotion in the world, raw cow's milk. And it is a Jersey Girls Artesian Lotion. I sell it in my shop. Just check it out at 1111dex.com. I appreciate you so much. I also have raw goat's milk soap, which is incredible. Both are helping my skin so much in these dry conditions. All right, let's see what you guys are thinking. So yeah, Linda, you're right. What is that about? Okay, so the Apple Watch disconnects from the pacemaker, but it doesn't alert anybody? Like, why didn't it alert the hospital? Why didn't it alert the next... Like, nobody realizes. What on earth is it for then? Nobody gets an alert. And the subscription to the Ring Cam isn't even paid. Who's in charge of making sure those bills are paid? If you're elderly, often your children are. Is it a coincidence that there's no subscription paid? I don't know, you guys. I find that very, very weird. Very, very weird. Allison says, and it smells amazing. I don't know if you're talking about the lotion or the soap, but they both smell amazing. This kind I'm using, you guys, is the spearmint eucalyptus. Oh, my favorite. Oh, my favorite. I'm almost out. Look, I've used it up almost. You don't need much. I only do it twice a day. And I'm telling you, look at that. Very hydrated. Feels wonderful. Feels wonderful. Sue Tutton, hello and welcome back. You said my dad had a lady come 3 times a month, he had dementia and arthritis. Spilled paint furniture flippers. Hello, my lovely. You said, unless the churchgoers were worried because Nancy didn't show up online. Just a thought. Don't know. Maybe. Maybe. That is crazy about the subscription not being paid. $1 million home. And my Ring Cam subscription, which is what, $20 a year, isn't paid. That seems like it could be suspicious. They smell incredible. They do, Debbie. And the reason all my people know is either they purchased it or every order that I get in my shop, I do send samples out. So that's why they know. Nick UK says, yes, like here we worry when someone isn't here for a while. That is always here. Yeah, but by 11 o'clock? I don't know. Unspoken heart stillness. I like Zoom because you can see each other. I had to Zoom the funeral of my dad. He passed away and the funeral was right away. And I literally didn't have a way to get to him. And so we were terrified I was going to miss it. And I was sick at the time too, so I didn't really have a way to do it. And so I was able to Zoom in, but it didn't feel the same. Dark Angel Hole says, when my grandmother was still with us, my mother always made sure her bills were paid, direct debits were set up, etc. And you would think, with all the subscription stuff, that it would be just an automatic payment. And it's certainly not very expensive. Hey, Christian, how are you? Good to see you. Lala says, even if she wasn't in her Zoom church class, you know how church friends are. They call and got to see why you weren't in Sunday school, etc. I wonder if she had missed calls on her phone from the church first. Because if there are no missed calls from the church, then why would they call the daughter and not Nancy? Perhaps they did try and couldn't reach her. Susan Tutton. Ooh, you've got a long one. Let me see if I can get it all. She could have made a familiar friend the family had no idea about. Lonely is something people don't understand till you're that lonely. What about the package from Amazon? Not been talked about. I don't know about a package. It really hasn't been talked about because I haven't seen it. I didn't see it, so I don't know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. We'll read. Linda says, okay, let me get this one. I don't like the fact that the police has taken Tomas in for questioning after his friend sent a Google number. Enjoy prison, your bad member. Thomason tried for money too. We don't know. We don't know at this point if they have questioned him. I do find it interesting, Linda. They have not spoken once about Annie or Tomas at all. They just haven't even brought him into the picture. Right, Carla? You made sure your mom and dad's bills were paid. And a Ring camera, and you haven't got any street lights out there? Uh-huh. I think that would be important. Ashley is doubling down on her sources, Jennifer Swain. That's what you believe? Y'all, I have something to show you. Let me get my pictures out on my phone. JLR grabbed a snippet as poor Savannah is pleading on camera to the hostages. Yeah, he grabbed a picture of Annie. I gotta show this to you. Hold on, it could be a minute. Oh, and then, okay, so Trump is supporting, of course, Savannah and her family. However, he sent Kash Patel to help. Isn't that kind of like sending Big Bird on Sesame Street to a kidnapping? I mean, how is that going to help anybody? I can't see how Kash Patel is going to help. I just can't. All right, where in the world did I put this picture, y'all? No, I got to go see. Maybe I don't have the picture anymore. I don't think I deleted it. I'm sure I took a picture. Hold on. I may have just saved a screenshot, and if I did, let's go over here. Let me just check because I want you to see this picture. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that is absolute. And I studied the picture. And it's disturbing. It's actually a video. You can go back and watch what JLR posted on X, right? I'm still calling it Twitter. Let me see. I have to have it somewhere. Yes, I do have it. All right, let's switch screens. Get over here. Okay, look at this. This is from JLR. This isn't a kind of a smile, maybe a smile. This is a duping delight. Oh my gosh, double goats today. Brace yourself. These are our mascots. They are screaming goats. I'm going to double goat it. Y'all, what is that? What is that? Sue says, don't the trucks have cameras they use for delivery? You would think so. It's not been shown from the very first live on scene. Was said that there was an unopened package, not been said cut out of the news altogether. Why would there have been an Amazon package there? Could the person have posed? Could the person have posed as a delivery person? But 2:30 in the morning? I don't know. I don't know. Arizonians love the night skies. I get that, but you know, somehow putting a ring cam on is more important if you don't have any lights. Hi y'all. Has the white van the neighbor seen been traced yet? There is so much info, you guys. I can't even keep up with it. Someone who is two-faced in your opinion, says Unspoken. Angela says, we only ever go through our garage to enter our house. Rarely use the front door. Well, interesting. I suppose, maybe. Just seems weird to have to open a giant big door and then another door to go into the house when you could just go in your front door. I don't know. I'm not saying that. All right, but the Apple Watch had, okay, do you see? I'm all over the place because this case is all over the place and I can't keep up. I told y'all. Okay, sounds good, Jen. Good to see you, lovely. Good to see you. Angela says, very common here to enter your house through the garage. Not unusual at all. Okay. Spilled Paint says, I've experienced a lot of loved one with cancer, so I feel you. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know, you guys. I am beside myself. Do you think this is duping delight? Angela says, good morning, evening, everyone. Hello, Angela. Sue says, delivery around missing driver around. That could be the delivery van ID rented ours. I can't read that. Sorry, sweetie. Allison said the package could have come after what happened to Nancy and before family cops arrived. Oh, in the morning? Oh, that's right. Because, yeah, that could have been that the package arrived after. It is all over the place. I'm not alone here. And it's it's an automatic garage door. And it must be a smart one that the garage reports when it's opened and closed and all this high tech with the Apple Watch. But the subscription to the Ring Cam in the front of the house isn't working. What if they paid the subscription for the camera? Well, then we probably have some footage. It's like it's being reported that it attracted some identification, but or identified someone as a person or as a movement, but because the subscription wasn't paid, it didn't save the recording and got recorded over. That's wild. What she said. I don't want to play that. Karen Beth says, I'm a nurse. Ain't no way you can get an 84-year-old woman with mobility problems out of a car and in-house in less than 2 minutes, in your opinion. I agree. I agree with that 1,000%. I mean, they take their time, don't they? Because they don't want to get hurt. Thank you, Carla. You always use your garage doors too. Easy to pull and go through the door to the big house. Allison is saying, question, do we know who was all present at the dinner at Annie's? We don't have that info. We don't. Who's responsible for paying the camera subscription service? Big question. Beauty from Our Lord's Estate, thank you for asking that. I would love that answer. Edith Dempsey says if she uses a walker, she would have trouble at the front. There would be steps on the walkway. Is there no step going in the house? I don't know. I don't know. Hello, Phoenix Rising. Welcome back. Hello, Lorna. Welcome back. Hello, Ampia T. All right, you guys. Is it Duping Delight? Are you looking at Annie? What is this? Look at her. This is as Savannah is pleading for their mother. Ah, this bothers me. Spilled Paint says, do we know that the timeline is correct? Whoever dropped her off actually left. We don't know anything at this point, I don't think. I'm very interested to find out if this is... Okay, y'all. Let's just make this clear. If this was professional kidnappers, wouldn't they have taken the medicine? Because you need your victim alive so you can do proof of life. So they said the letter, whether it's true or not, we don't know. It could be a fake. We've already had one fake. Guy got arrested. You know, just dumber than a bucket of hair. All right. So what was he thinking? How was he going to gain anything from it? He was pay the ransom. Is he in oh my gosh, the world of trouble he's in, right? Right, Michelle Bell, welcome back. She was dropped off by an Uber. True. Beauty from Our Lord's Estate. I saw a photo of Nancy with a cane. There are steps in the front. That makes perfect sense. And now that you say it, I did too. The one where she's got her cane and her Apple Watch. She's got that severe bruising there from going through everything. Not on the landing, but there was on the walkway. Karen Beth says the sister sounds as if she flatlined during her pleas. This is what I want to know. The will. That's what I think is going on here. Okay? I mean, she was married. Nancy was married to a political advisor. There's some money there, I'm sure. I mean, it's not like her mother was destitute, okay? There's money. And I've been thinking about how this seems like an afterthought. Like an afterthought for the ransom. Because usually the person goes missing within 24 hours. Because you don't want the people to fear that the person's passed away. So as an abductor, in general, they contact the people, the family usually, within 24 hours, according to all the FBI people, ex-FBI, ex-cops, all that say. It's a 24-hour window that you usually get, like the person's taken, and then there's a hostage situation. There's a ransom within 24 hours. This almost seems like it was like an afterthought. And if this is so well planned, how could it be an afterthought? Why wait so long to release these ransom notes to TMZ and the other outlets like Gold and all that? Unless, now you know and I know, if they thought this out, they thought about, the abductors thought about what if they don't pay, what if they do pay? Are they going to release her or not? They have a plan, I would assume, if they aren't going to release her, what's going to happen. And they have a plan, if they are going to release her, what's going to happen. All right? So, they can't fly her in, so they've got to keep her somewhere close enough that they can return her if that's the plan. Allegedly, there's just like a 2-hour driving area that they could return her in. I'm going to show you this from TMZ. He shows a map. Let me turn it. He shows a map. I don't know how good you can see it. Like the red circle disappeared. But he drew a circle. You can barely see it. You're only looking at a few states. You've got California, Nevada, Vermont, Colorado, Arizona, of course, New Mexico, Texas, and then if you were to go a little bit north, you have the edge of a couple other states, and that's how long the letter suggests that they would be able to return her, like what the estimated delivery time would be from the time you pay it to there. So that's how far away they are. And like, they can't fly her in. She'd have to give her ID. So she's got to be somewhere in those areas. Now, if you're in Mexico, I've heard that you can literally just go to the pharmacy without a prescription and buy any medicine you need as long as you have money. So, did they do that? But waiting so many days before you give a ransom note, and then to give it to only those in Tucson. I don't know, something's weird on that. Sue says, I have a theory of why TMZ got a fake one and the files from his friends and company. I don't think it was fake. I don't know if it was fake. They're saying that they're taking it serious. Jennifer says she only took an Uber to go to Annie's. Either Tomso or Annie or both brought her back home. Right. Aw, Amputee says, I love you, Mama D, and her beautiful shop. Thank you. Thank you. Lala says, I'm thinking this wasn't thought out thoroughly. I think it'd be solved if it wasn't thought out. I think it'd be solved already. I don't know, though. This is like, I feel like I have attention deficit with this case. Like, I'll go over here and I'm like, oh, the back door was wide open. They took the cameras, like the police don't have the cameras. Oh my God. So I've been thinking about this, and I think this is what happened in my theory. I don't know who did it. Just going there. Just going to say it. I don't know who did it. But if I took what we know at this point to be the timeline and all this. So I believe that Nancy went to bed, got ready for bed, put her, her smartwatch on the charger, went to bed. And I think somebody did the ding dong. She got up to see who it was. Could it have been somebody posing as a delivery person? Why would she open the front door? I'm not sure. If she doesn't recognize them, it's 2:30 in the morning. Why would you open the front door? That bothers me. Big time. Because I would think that Nancy would only open the door for someone she knew. But let's just say that she did indeed open the door, and the person was like, bam, right in the nose. So it's going to take Nancy a few minutes. If it knocked her out, I don't know. But that could explain the drops of blood. And there's no spatter on the walls. There's no spatter on the door that we see. Now, I'm not forensic there. There could be dots of it. But the spatter looks more like gravity drops, like somebody was leaning on the door frame, bleeding. And maybe after they did this, they come in behind her, pull her into the house, shut the door. Now, some people are suggesting that that Nancy may have been forced to smash that camera herself, and that's why she's bleeding. I don't think she would know how to do that. She's got a cane. Why wouldn't she use her cane? Maybe she didn't have her cane with her. I feel like somebody else smashed that and took the camera. Now, these cameras that she had allegedly work on an SD card. That could be why they took the whole camera, because it's a Nest camera. In other words, everything's within it. And you have to pull the SD card and all this. Really, really not secure. Hindsight's always 20/20, right? But the subscription not getting paid, and so the camera in the front ain't working. No alert to any family members, or like my mom has this thing that if her heart monitor stops, it alerts the hospital. They will call the house first, and if my mom doesn't answer within, like, I think it's 3 minutes, they call us. They call the kids until they get one of us. So I don't understand why there was no alert when the pacemaker gets out of contact. Okay. It's because the pacemaker was working right. But wouldn't there be, like, her heart rate going up? And I don't know. I'm so confused. But why didn't they get an alert? It does. Mariah Carey, it sounds exactly like an inside job. And who's in charge of the subscription to pay? She was on blood thinners. That makes the skin very fragile and tears very easily. I think that's why there was some blood drips, in my opinion. Could be. Nikki says, sorry, you could be right. She definitely got Uber there, but was said Andy and her husband took her home, then saying it was only Annie. They have said it was only Annie, then they've said it was Tomas, then they said it was both of them. They don't know. Some investigate Siona dark past rugs. You don't need to type in caps unless you have eyesight problems. Just simply because I'm dyslexic. And if you type in caps, it's hard for me to see. But if you have an actual eyesight problem, it's understandable and allowed. Jackie says, so she has gone missing. Sorry, not familiar, but trying to catch up with you, lovely Mama D. Yes. So Savannah Guthrie, a beloved news anchor, and covers true crime and been in the business forever. Her mother was abducted right out of her home on Saturday night, or early Sunday morning, I should say. And the back door was left wide open. That's how I feel they left, is the back door. Someone kidnapped her, right? Maria says the son-in-law dropped her off. What if the guy hit her in the car? Well, then there'll be blood in that car. Seriously. But we don't know if the son-in-law dropped her off. We don't know if Annie dropped her off. We don't know if Tomas and Annie dropped her off. We don't know that yet because they've said all of that. Right, who pays a subscription to the Apple Watch? Beauty from Our Lord's Estate. Sienna had a band. One of the album covers titled Love, Life, Love, Murder. One of the band members has felony for embezzlement and burglary. What if it turns out that him and his band set this up? I'm just saying. Does Nancy have a dog, Espen? And if so, where's the dog, right? Who let the dog out? Woo, 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 woo. Who let the dog out? Woo. Is there a dog? Y'all, I don't even know. Thank you, Jackie. Lynn, B. Someone who knows about her Bitcoin account and amount. It doesn't mean she has a bit. Hold on just a minute. It's my son. All right, you guys, am I back? Okay. Who was having financial problems? That's something they're gonna. And you guys forgive me. Chat is like flying today. You know this, so I'm just saying. I can't keep up. Okay. Sorry, I had a message. Maria says the trail of blood looks like it was as if it was headed to the front door. I don't know. It was all over the place to me. Beauty from our Lord's estate dog died, but I believe it may have belonged to Annie. Y'all, I don't even know about the dog. I didn't even know there was a dog. What? Some have bad eyesight, can't see chat. Right, Lala. That's what I said. MPT says, I watched that on JLR last night about the guy in the band. Sounds like a bad guy. That is really, what if this, oh my golly. Ingrid coworker from Savannah's workplace. I don't know. I just personally, I can't see that, but I'm not ruling it out, right? Not ruling it out. Dark Angel says, the fact they've changed which of them dropped her off at home is a massive red flag. It was literally hours before. It's not like you'd forget. I know. Right? Oh, the dog passed away well before. Well, then, why are we even talking about the doggy? Someone said her dog died in December. Okay, well, that's sad. Oh, that's so sad. Jennifer says the Today Show always showcases new bands and have never had Thomas's band. Kalala is the fall guy this guy texts Sione. I don't know if there's a connection with Kalala, who was arrested out of California for encouraging and calling the family to pay the ransom and doing a fake thing. It's bad. It's texting the family is bad. Allison, yeah, I did some snooping on the BIL and was reading about his bandmate in conviction, etc. You think it's cartel? Everybody always says about every crime, though. I mean, I think the cartel are horrible and scary, but I don't think they... I do find it really, really strange. Do you guys find it strange that like this whole thing is timed with the Olympics and Savannah herself was supposed to go over and cover it, and it's in Italy? And the son-in-law's Italian? I don't know. Just seems weird. Annie looks different than her sister. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you, they don't even look like they come from the same family. Right? Yeah, I never heard of the dog till today. Karen says, wouldn't a kidnapper clean up blood so the family believe she's not been harmed? I don't know if you have enough time. And it's like porous brick, right? How are you going to clean that? I suppose you could get out there and be scrubbing it and all that, but you also have a higher chance of being caught. Simply Reba, hello. Ariba, hello. Who else knew she did not have a subscription to her cameras? She's not going to tell just anybody. The family only. I agree. That's the big deal. Who didn't pay the subscription bill to the Ring Cam would be highly suspicious to me. I can't imagine that it's going to be Savannah when she's that far away and all that. And she's got all the stuff she does on her plate. You've got this sister that's a jewelry maker and a poet, right? And she didn't even know it. I would think she'd have more time on her hands. So I don't know, y'all. I think a game can be more than two people, so I think he might be part of that game. Ooh. Dark Angels, could there even be a link between someone Savannah has reported on in the past that held a grudge, and this is a payback? Maybe just a thought. You could be right. You could be right. Simply Reba, and if the mother funded the new home for them and just expect to get paid back. Well, there you go. Oh, because how could they have afforded that? If he's just a teacher, and we haven't even verified if he's still a teacher, and a science teacher, they don't make a lot of money. How are they affording a $750,000 home unless somebody bought it for them? And do they owe money? I'm more thinking that this could have to do with the will, and maybe this was an afterthought when all the people were like, is there a ransom? Is there a ransom? They were like, oh, we could make it look like a ransom. But their intent, if it was a will, would be to never return her. And so that would explain why they would say, we're not going to contact you again, air quotes, and why we haven't had a proof of life could suggest that Nancy is no longer with us. I know, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm just saying it could suggest that. Savannah covered the Me Too people? Oh. Gotcha. Allison says, don't forget to leave your DNA on the like button, folks, and support Mama D's channel. Thank you, lovely. Thank you guys, truly, for hitting the likes and for hyping me up after the video was done. You can only do it on replay. Thank you for subbing up. You guys, you're about to put us over the edge of 40,000. It's been a long time coming, and I want to say thank you because I can't do it without you. You're the reason that we do so good and the reason that we give the voice back to the voiceless. You guys are amazing. That's what you're thinking, Simply? Unspoken heart stillness. Did you cancel a contract with a worker, like a pool guy, a gardener, etc.? Ransom could be a ruse. That's a good question. Marie says definitely all about the money and resentment. I think it's personal. Simply Reba says the ransom is a diversion in her opinion, and I agree with that. I think that the ransom notes are a diversion. We'll know more. We'll know more because it's going to come up Friday that we're going to have more answers. Did I see the power of attorney doc that the BIL signed, I believe, for the house? No, I didn't. Ask about who bought her house or loaned the money. Wow. What? Last Olympics involved the Me Too charges. Huh. That's interesting. All right, you guys. So, is this, what do you think? Nobody wants to comment on why she looks like she's smiling. And I mean, it's legitimate. It's a 19-second video. I didn't grab the video, though. I wish I would have grabbed the video. She's definitely smiling. It's almost like duping delight crap. They can't pay the money back, in your opinion, Simply? Did I just disconnect or something? Because, like, chat just... Let me see. It just stopped. Like, it was flying by, and then it just stopped. Let me check on my phone what we're doing here. All right. Yeah, I'm disconnected somehow. That's okay. That's all right. All right, you guys. So here's what I'm thinking. If she didn't have anything to do with it, she knows now who did, I'm sure, in your opinion. Oh, good Lord, create a sign. I've never heard that. 346, hi, Blue Devil. What, Marie? She just keep one look all throughout the video. She did, but she's smiling. She's smiling. I see that. You still be chatting. All right, you guys. So here's the thing. I want to know more. I want to see what answers I get. So I am going to go ahead and pull some cards. And if that's not your thing, don't worry about it. Skip the next step. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you for all your support, your love, and I will see you again soon. However, if you are continuing on with me, we are going to jump over. I want to do the Guthrie family reading and just see what the cards reveal. So if you would like to continue on with me, I will be doing that, as well as something that we do is we hand over. We do 2 more lives, and the last live that we do, we hand over to our PIs and they ask the questions, and then I pull the cards for the answers. And my PIs, my private eye members, they get the live chat, but we share it with everybody. So everybody in the world can watch. You don't even got to be a subscriber to watch, but I encourage it. Why wouldn't you want to be? But yeah, they ask some amazing questions. So if that is your thing, I will see you in about 5-6 minutes. It's going to give me a chance to turn my board over, get my cameras flipped, and we will get right on it. Hasn't Tomas Band just taken down their Facebook and Instagram? That's what I heard, but I can't verify. Hazel says, I think at or after dinner, they asked her for big money. She said no, and said she had given them their share of money. It was changing the will. They got mad, panicked, and decided to get rid of her. I don't know. There's no way to know, but I feel this is a very, very lengthy plan. I don't think this was, oh, I have this brilliant idea in the middle of the night. I don't think it was. Michelle Mybell says, if they borrowed dollars from mother, that's no stress. Would be worse if they had a mortgage they couldn't pay. Right. All right, you guys. So with that being said, I hope you'll join me. And if not, I'll see you again soon. And if you are joining me, it'll just be just a few minutes of intermission. Go get your favorite drink, get your favorite blanket, settle in with me. Let's just see what the cards show. I want to say a prayer to my Heavenly Father. In Jesus' name, please protect Miss Nancy Guthrie. Keep her safe and bring her home safe to Savannah. Love you guys very much. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they